Your first guitar lesson. An instrument that requires you to have calluses on your fretting hand to actually play a note. It's going to be challenging. It's going to take 2 to 6 weeks to build the calluses up. And when you first start out, you're going to sound a lot like that. Hear the buzzing and the note's not there. So your first job in all of this stuff is to make sure you're just having fun. It's the point it becomes not fun, practice becomes a chore, you're probably not going to stick with it. So you always want to be having fun and always be creative. So your first job here is we're going to have to figure out how do we build calluses when you can't really play a tune. So I'm going to show you exactly how to build calluses in this video, and then there's some creative ways as a bonus to do this exercise that kind of leads into doing some ear training and some other things that's going to be very valuable. Because like I said, you got to have fun, and one way to have fun while you're doing this is to use this as a way to make songs or get your creativity out. What we have to do, much like when you go to the gym, is we have to do a workout on these 4 fret fingers. But first, let's talk about what's a fret. So this is an acoustic guitar. It makes its own noise. Takes the noise and amplifies it out. So this is the body. It's hard to see at this camera angle. This part here fits perfectly on my leg. And then this is the neck. And the neck houses the fingerboard or the fretboard. I call it the fretboard. This piece here is typically white or black. You can see it's kind of a white here. This is the nut, and the strings rest in this, and they're pulled downward. This, if you have tuning problems or some other things, is a very important piece to be aware of. It is a wear item, and it could be a common setup issue. These are the machine heads, or tuners we call them, and the tuner takes the string, and you adjust the tension here. So this is the headstock from the nut on. Down here's the bridge. So if you have an electric guitar, you might have a whammy bar with the Floyd Rose or something like that in it. Got a lot of examples here. It could be like this Marty Friedman signature, where it's a Les Paul type bridge on the back. And it, instead of a sound hole, had pickups that take this and output it out of a jack. This actually has pickups in it. It's an Epiphone. It's not an expensive Gibson. I think it sounds great. But it has an output jack right here, and that's actually the strap attachment point. There's another one here, but it just has a screw in it. So I could plug this in and put it into Pro Tools or whatever, Reaper, whatever DAW. So if you have an electric guitar, you'll have an output jack somewhere that you will plug in to your amp or your audio interface for your computer. And we'll go into all that in a different video. For now, we got to get you past this point. You know, unlike a piano, you can't just go, that's taking a finger strength and calluses. Your first bar chord like that might sound like that. And that's going to be normal, so expect the sound bad. But you only have 2 to 4 weeks, maybe 6, get past this. These metal strips are frets. This is the first fret, second, and on up. But that's not where you push down. You're going to be pushing down in between each fret. So this is 0, open. And I'm doing this very fat string. It's an E string, the low E. One thing that might trip you up when you're reading or somebody's talking to you or watching a video is the top strings are actually these. These 3, that's on the bottom of what you're facing. But it's in pitch. So this is the top in the pitch. It's higher than this. Now if your ears heard that's the same note, this is the top in pitch. Bottom E or low E is this. This is an E2. In standard tuning, so right off the bat, when you learn this top E here, or this bottom low E here, you learn the other one. So that's 2 of the 6 strings learned. We're not doing that yet. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm matching a fret up per finger. Starting out though, you might want to come up here, and it doesn't matter where you go, because all I want you to do is push down and and you can use your thumb, a pick, anything you want. You're not worried about the right hand so much yet. It just drapes here, and it's going to hurt. You're going to push down until you get a note. So I'm not pushing down at all yet. I want that sound. It's muted. Keep that in your brain. I'm going to push down. Stop when I get the note. and do the second finger, whatever fret's under. I'm going to set a timer and do that 3 or 5 minutes a day, maybe 5 days a week. So Monday through Friday. You want to get it to where you can go. And it's going to take a while to get it to where that doesn't hurt. Now, note on pain, only your fingertips should hurt at this point, just from pressing into the string. You'll have a mark, and your skin's going to basically rebuild itself tougher. It's going to feel harder. It's going to be calloused. The tip about a callus is when you wash your hands and your hands are moist, you're going to shred them up. So make sure your hands are dry before you play, after they've been wet. You can play enough to blow through your calluses and kind of rip them. It's not painful. It's just now you got to do it. You have to keep playing to build it up. But if you have pain anywhere else on your hands, stop. And that's going to be today, whatever, 50 weeks from now, 5 years from now. You're always going to want that in the back of your head because so many players have been just completely ends their entire trip with the instrument. And you just don't want that. Again, mute. Bonus. And you don't have to tune it yet. I haven't covered tuning. You can tune this to an E. That's the hard thing about anything like this. Guitar, anything that's kind of complicated. But especially music, because it's like you got music theory, songs to learn, the technique, all that stuff's going to come to play. All you want to do is give all 4 fingers a chance to play these frets. Now, a bonus is try to find some notes that you like on one string. So it doesn't have to be this string. Here it is. Here's the problem. This E, the top E, is very thin and sharp. It's going to have a different pain than this thick, fat one. So you might find yourself wanting to come down in the middle. Now, the problem with that is you might be hitting extra strings. Don't worry about that yet. You're trying to get no buzz, no. You can tell it's half done there, and you can hear a buzzing. But you can try different patterns like 1, 3, 2, 4. Remember, you're matching 1 finger per fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4. But all you want to do is be pressing on and give pinky love, give the ring finger love. Don't just focus on this string. Don't go. That's what I mean. Just find some tune. You'll be money ahead getting all 4 fingers smoking right now because you'll notice a lot of people have a weak pinky, but not you. You're coming out of the gate the right way. So the bonus is that's a lesson is to, and again, the frets are farther away here, so it might be beneficial to be here. So this is the 5th fret, but they're closer together. And you go slow. Press. Doing it that fast like I've been doing it is more of a habit thing, but you want to be getting reps of pressing that note down, which should hurt a little bit. And you might be going. But then you can get into just doing 1, 2, 3, 4 down. If you're playing with a pick, like me, you can do down picks. Alternate picking, down, up, or alternating down, up. You're focusing on, first you'll notice I'm muting. I'm putting my right hand on the strings. So I want to go. So anyway, and that was kind of a pull off that raked the strings. The ways to be creative is to make a song on one string. Paul Gilbert has a story. His first guitar wasn't very good. He didn't know how to tune it. I don't remember the specifics, but it had a lot to do with he just mastered one string and played a song. Little hint there. For copyright reasons, it wasn't full, but that was kind of going to be Smoke on the Water. Well, you can look that up. It's a meme too. If you hear somebody say, "Oh, that guitar really 0-3-5s, 0, 3rd fret, 5th fret." You can put the 6th in there, the 6th fret, and you can figure out the rest. But you can do one finger, but make sure you get like the second one in there like I'm doing. Now here's the 3rd. I'm just doing random stuff. You can hear those buzzes. Later you're going to work on not having sliding string noises. If you press too much, you're going to sharpen the notes. You got so you don't want to press too hard and sharpen the note out. You want to just, this idea of muting and pressing until the note sounds, that makes sure you're not pressing hard, because right when you hear the note sound right, no more pressure. Bonus, when you get calluses, it takes a lot less muscle to get the note to sound because your finger pads are really tough. You know, I would do a few minutes, 3 to 5 per day. Because even doing that's tough. You're going to have to, you know, it's going to be awkward. All of it's going to be awkward. You just have to live with that. It's just the way it's going to be. But the main takeaways are press down until there's no buzz, the note's clear, and no more than that. Move on. You might try, okay, hurt. Okay, hurt. As the weeks go on, it'll be less and less, and suddenly it won't hurt at all, and you'll be well on your way. So a practice session could be 3 minutes of getting that done. Take a few minute break, and then do 5 minutes where you're just trying to play a nice melody out of this just one string, like. Whatever, make songs up, be creating from day one. You don't have to worry about this hand yet.